What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ah, we're live. Okay. Now there's so many things to talk about that I want to talk about. First, let's get some relationship stuff. It's Saturday. Let's have a good time. I want y'all to come into the room. Okay. Let's just have a kiki. Let's have a good time. It's Saturday. Here in Dallas, it's raining. Okay, it stopped raining for a little bit, but let me know, where are you watching from? Okay, where you watching from? How you doing? Come on into the room. Have a good time with us.
This is exactly how a bra.
Make sure you are tapped in. You're a subscriber. Okay, hype me up, cuh. Come on into the room as I, of course, set us up for the live. But let me know where you're watching from. Have you hit that like button? Are you a new subscriber? Okay, do all the do to support this channel. I just released a video about an hour ago on the Duggars. I really like doing those video essays, but I need y'all to tap in. Oh, I had changed my password. I need y'all to tap into them because I like doing them, but I need y'all support. I need the support of y'all. So come on in. I'm getting everything together. Making sure I can see my chat. Of course, I need to make sure I can hear and see y'all. So let me get that together so I can make sure. Yeah, I know I can see you. Okay, where is my live chat at? Okay, I see you, Felicia. I see you, Felicia, girl. But how y'all doing? What's going on? Okay. Yes, please hype the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, become a member. Do all the things to support this channel. Okay. But how are y'all doing today? Okay. Cam. Have y'all watched Kendra G? I've always wanted to react to the Kendra G her lives, but I know she's like not really big into people reacting to her stuff. So I don't react. But we got something to talk about. I just came on here because like I want to have a good time. We could talk about some things, have a kiki. And how y'all Saturday going? How's y'all Easter weekend? What y'all got cooking? Are you cooking? Is inflation and all the stuff Trump is doing, is it too much right now? Okay, too much for you to be cooking. But let's get into it. Cam lately he's been having these women come on here, and I feel like Cam in some ways, is Cam going like, is he red pill? Is he having people come on here who he knows is the opposite of his views, maybe the opposite of his audience, to try and drive virality, try and drive these conversations? Is it on purpose, y'all? Is it on purpose? But I want to go over a couple clips from his podcast. We can talk about relationships. There's also some things just on the internet in general that I probably just want to yap about that I've been seeing when it comes to relationships. We might go into a little bit of that. Y'all let me know what y'all feel like y'all in the mood for today. Because I feel like I'm in the mood to yap. I'm in the mood. Yeah, we might do hot topics later tonight. But let's come on into the room, okay? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all right?
Is what gives you the right to bring people together? Are you married?
I'm not married.
Have you ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Have you been engaged?
I have been engaged. But before you go any further, what's the name of my show? It's called Kendra G Singles.
Yeah.
It's not called Kendra G Married. It's not called Kendra G Relationship. How I even got birth is because I'm single. What does being married have to do with hosting a single show?
In a relationship.
Okay, so I've been in relationships. I'm single right now. Yeah. But what does that have to do with hosting a single show?
It has nothing to do with it.
Then why do we keep bringing up married and...
No.
Okay.
The conversation...
Yes.
question was asked, why should people listen to you?
You have the free will. You don't have to listen to me, right? I'm not the kind of person that says you have to live by what I say.
So this is a good conversation because as a therapist, as somebody who's married, I've been with my husband, I believe it'll be 16 years in May. I've been married for quite some time. I've gone through different seasons, had kids, bought a couple houses, started a couple businesses, thriving businesses, might I add. Let me toot my own horn. Okay. But I do sometimes wonder, not in particular to Kendra, but in general, I do wonder when I see people online giving relationship advice who are not married, who don't come from the same, I think, lifestyle as some of the people that they are giving advice to. I do wonder at times, how can you take advice from someone who's never been through the different seasons of a marriage, who's not in a relationship now? Now, Kendra's show is about singles coming together, and it's not so much about uh marriage advice or things like that. But I do wonder, like in general, when I see people who are relationship coaches, never been married, what are the secrets to a happy relationship? You're not even in one. Okay. I do wonder that. But I think Cam to me is trying to bait her because she knows, okay? And Cam knows that most people look at her and probably think, how can you give somebody advice? Okay. And once again, it's about singles coming together. Okay. And Kendra wouldn't be who she is. She wouldn't be as far as she is if she didn't know what she was doing. And she's heard this question, this rhetoric probably for so long that I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm not going to have it control how I do my show, bringing people together. Some might, you can actually bring the same argument probably to Pop the Balloon. They've only been married for, 5 years at this point? Not too long. Okay. And how could you be about bringing people together when you haven't been together that long? I've also seen people that I personally know who have only been married for 5 years. Not even 5 years. I would say probably 3. And they're doing relationship boot camps. Okay, marriage boot camp. Run me your 500. I'm gonna tell you the successful things that got me to this marriage. The profit of it all. And I was like, how do how can you tell somebody how to have a successful marriage when you've only been married 3 years yourself? You haven't really probably gone through the seasons, because there are different seasons to me of relationships and marriage. You got your winter, your spring, your fall, and your summer. And I feel like most people are struggling through the winter season when it's cold, it's dark. You looking for when the sun gonna come out, when are things gonna get better? And people give up in the winter season. But sometimes I also feel like, people don't have the wherewithal, the strength to foster the winter season to get to the spring and the summer, the happy seasons. People give up too much in the wintertime. And that can be because of community, it can be because of trauma. But I do feel like I ask myself when I see some of these people, like, you're not married. How are you having a $1,000 boot camp? But then again, everything's a hustle. Okay, everything is a hustle. But Cam knows what he's doing. He knows how to go viral. His editor is amazing. I follow his editor on Instagram. But Kendra knows what she's doing.
But you could not tune into the show, and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have the people should listen. They have to listen. So who do you think is capable of having this conversation?
I've talked to Dr. Bryant. I've talked to
Shouts to Dr. Bryant.
my man from tonight's conversation. I've talked to
Ace.
Ace Metaphor,
Yes.
correct?
But don't Ace got like a history too? Okay. I don't know if I would also be taking relationship advice from Ace. All the shit that they were going through with that podcast. I wouldn't take advice from him either. So sometimes I think people are so, ooh, let me keep it real with y'all. I think people are so desperate for the answers that they don't care where the message is coming from. Something that I'm doing is not working. I tried the dating apps, I tried different things. Maybe it's that you can give me something that I already don't know, something that is not working for me. Okay, and maybe maybe Kendra's that person, maybe Dr. Brian is that person because Dr. Brian is also not married. Um, but I think sometimes you're in a space in your life where you're like, damn, like what is not working? And honestly, sometimes you need to look in the mirror. Okay. Sometimes you need to look in the mirror and see what is it about me? Not saying once again that the things that you have gone through, all of them are because of you, but I want you guys to sometimes look at the role you play in your relationships with others, family, friends, romantic partners. What is your role? Are you in a place to really look at yourself and see how am I contributing to where I am? Okay. How did I get here? What's going on with me? And that's what I want you guys to learn is that it is okay to take advice from people. And you ain't gotta take all the advice either. You can see what's on the buffet. You got fried chicken, you got fish, you got some pot roast. Maybe I need a little bit of the pot roast. I'm not feeling the fish today, but maybe it's gonna be some of that pot roast, and the rest I'm gonna leave it. You do not have to take on um everything that a person says when it comes to relationship advice. Just take what you need and walk away. But I feel like Cam loves to debate with people who don't follow his lifestyle. He knows what he's doing. Okay. He knows what he's doing. And Kendra is very poised. Like, Cam, I know what you're doing. I didn't heard it before. And I'm going to hear it again. But once again, this show is about singles, helping singles. And I know she does her show on TikTok, I believe. I wish she could do some kind of in-person type deal similar to um Pop the Balloon. Yes, Felicia, eat the meat and leave the bones. Just like on my channel. Some of it work for y'all, some of it don't. You ain't gotta take everything that I say as profit. Just take what you need and leave the rest. Okay, take what you need.
I've talked to Dimitri Wiley, a guy who's an influencer who speaks.
I know all those three people.
Yes, and it's so many
None of those
different
people are
doctors.
married.
Because what I speak about personally is through my experiences. No, I have not been married. No, I have never been engaged or engaged to a person, but I've dated a lot of women. You know, she talks to singles, and it is her show. It has an amazing platform, and it is entertaining. Above all, it's entertaining. But at the same time, when you do that, you now become susceptible to questions from people who have experienced certain things, whether married or in a relationship or not, given the fact that you're not married or you're not in a relationship.
Now, this is a good point. Okay, this is a good point to me. By putting yourself in a position, you do become susceptible to people sharing, asking, and telling you things. Let's talk about that. Okay, because it's facts. Now, one of my major beefs with coaches, relationships experts, is that sometimes these people come to you where they're paying for a service, they pop onto your live chat, they pop onto your TikTok show, and they come with their own trauma. And my beef is that you really don't know what this person has like been through, what they're currently going through. And so all you're getting is the person's face and what they're telling you. And so you're giving advice to somebody that you don't know their mental state. You really don't. And so that's why I am even leery about, sometimes people come into my comments when I ask for feedback about videos that y'all want to see. And just in general, being a therapist. Sometimes people come into the comments and they expect you to be their therapist. And I think with life coaches, they don't have the tools to, I think, really like go into those kind of different situations. So I would be very leery about giving someone advice. I try and keep it very kind of neutral in my comment section when I peep game that somebody's asking me for, oh, this sounds like it's your life. Okay. It kind of sounds like I'm your therapist. You done made me a therapist. And that's not what I am. I am a therapist, but I am not your therapist. And so I agree with what he's saying here is that you do open yourself up to different questions and things. I think he's trying to spin it towards, people are asking about their marriage and things like that, and you're not married. But the other way of looking at what he just said is that people do come into your comments, people do come into your space, and you don't realize what they're really going through. Okay. So that's what I want people to think about is that you really don't know. Hey, LaTanya. I wish his show would just go away. He is not a good person. But people love toxicity. Like I can get on here and make relationship green flag videos, show y'all only videos of healthy relationships, and y'all would not watch them. Okay. The videos I do try and do about relationships and healing, y'all don't watch them. Okay. I am an example of that. This is what gets people talking. This is what people want to see, dysfunctionality. People are so used to the dysfunction in their own families, their own households, that it's just normal for them to, I think, gravitate towards that. Okay. Me sitting up here and talking about positivity, this channel would not be as far as it has come. Because I've done the videos about positivity, self-development, and they don't work. Okay, did y'all see I get my hair done too? I'm ready for set next week. I got a set to be on next week. Okay. But yeah, I think that you really don't know what a person is entering into your comment section, your video, your live. And I think we're going to get to a point where I'm surprised we haven't gone here already, to be honest. Is that someone one day is going to give someone some advice. Somebody is going to run with that advice. And somebody's going to get hurt. And you know what? That person who either got hurt or the family members of the person who got hurt, they're going to run it back to you and you're going to get sued. Okay. It's a very thin line of generalizing the things you say on these platforms. Thank you, LaTanya. Generalizing the things that you say because they can have repercussions. The advice you're giving. So we must remember that also. Okay. We got to remember that. Now, what other clips did I want to talk about with this man?
The problem right now is we are not acknowledging how much our world has changed. See, we used to go by these old dating rules where there was a time when women couldn't even get jobs, couldn't get bank accounts. All men could get a woman because it was survival. We didn't have a choice. So it's not like Rufus wasn't down the street with Bernadine. It's just Bernadine didn't have a Facebook page to post the dinner that she made for Rufus. So your man might have been somewhere, but it wasn't in your face. It was a different time. That time has changed because women now, we're able to have voices, we're able to have jobs,
yes, Felicia,
we're able to
I got
support
the receipts.
ourselves. So dating has changed. Women are doing well in the financial category. So when you have all those things in a mix, also with social media, that's really the game changer because you could be in Atlanta and your wife could be in Texas. That's literally what happened from my show. The first year, and literally like the first week, I had a guy that came on. He was living in Charlotte. Again, it's international, worldwide. There was a girl living in Miami that saw him on the show. He came on my show May 2nd. They got married the following year, May 2nd. They now have 2 kids together. And everyone that's met from my show, they would tell you, if it wasn't for this platform, we would have never met, because it launches you out.
Now, I have a question. Why do you guys, and tell me in the chat, why do you guys think a show like Pop the Balloon has gotten so much notoriety, but a show like Kendra's is known on the internet, but it to me does not feel like it has the same notoriety as Pop the Balloon? Pop the Balloon got a Netflix deal. Now the show was terrible on Netflix. Okay. But tell me in the chat, why do you guys think that, Kendra is not in the same space as Pop the Balloon? Even though I kind of want to say her show came out first, because did she start doing this when it was during the pandemic, right? Okay. Comment saying Cam is not the person to have this discussion about dating. She's not a matchmaker. She just has a platform to bring people together. So let me know. I'll wait. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Come on into the chat. We got a few people in the chat. But yeah, Felicia, I got the receipts. I sure do. But I just wonder why, her show doesn't have that same notoriety, the virality of a Pop the Balloon versus a her show. Like, why? What do y'all think the biggest difference is? Is it that Pop the Balloon has had more viral moments, and that's what gets the people talking and gets them, of course, coming to your platform are the viral videos? But why hasn't her show been kind of picked up the same? Okay. Why doesn't it feel the same? And do I think the other thing she talked about, do I think that the dating rules are broken? I don't think they're broken per se. I think that social media has really changed dating. And it's so interesting how I wonder if Kevin Samuels was still alive. We have a whole demographic of people who came around and pivoted off the Kevin Samuels era, and it's super big right now. But I kind of wonder if he had not passed away, would it be bigger? Would it be as big? But he did start something that other people pivoted off of. But I think that dating is not, the rules are not broken. It's just social media has so much influence on the way people see themselves, the way they date, the way they have expectations for dating, what you will put up with, what you won't put up with. That to me is what I'm seeing more of, is that social media is negatively impacting dating to me. Okay. I agree, Felicia. A lot of influencers use Kevin's playbook. Yeah. It's so crazy though how so many people they just popped out after he passed or during that time, that I wonder what was it about. Maybe it was during the pandemic and people were sitting at home and decided to go on Amazon and start a podcast, and they saw how there were a lot of people who probably thought similar about women in relationships, and they just kind of went somewhere with it. Okay. But thinking back, it's just like, wow, how I just wonder what would it be like if he was still alive? Would he be like the Kevin Samuels? Would he be super big right now? Or would it have died off? Just a thought. Okay. But yeah, I think social media is actually hurting relationships because people compare themselves to other people, all these rules. And social media, I think, gets in the way of people truly connecting outside of what this viral TikTok says about dating. You can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. He gotta have money. I won't date the bus driver. There's just all these different rhetorics that influence people's minds to think, oh, well, yeah, he shouldn't be taking me to a Cheesecake Factory. Oh, he ain't got no job. Yeah, he living with his mama. Oh, I shouldn't like date him. Yeah, that's right. And then you watch one of those videos, and then more and more of those videos penetrate your feed. And that's all you start to see in your feed is like these videos saying all the things you shouldn't put up with, deal breakers, ultimatums, things when dating somebody. And so once again, I don't think that it's broken per se. I think social media is just really killing relationships. Okay. Killing people's ability to have a relationship with themselves and foster and find relationships. Folks ain't got no money and don't want to go to a Cheesecake Factory. I like the Cheesecake Factory. I'm a Cheesecake Factory girl. I'm a roll house girl. I like me some rolls. I like the cinnamon butter. I like me a nice ribeye for the low. Okay. Oh, and we got a coupon. I feel like people's priorities are in the wrong place. Like, it's just, I think that's the thing to me. It's like people prioritize the wrong things. Oh, he took me to a Cheesecake Factory. Not that he's getting his master's degree. Not that he wants to start a business. Not that he's showing me consistency in communication. It's that he took me to the Cheesecake Factory. And because he took me to the Cheesecake Factory, everything else goes out the window. I don't care that you got a cybersecurity job. I don't care about none of that stuff. You took me to Cheesecake Factory and you pulled out a coupon. Okay? So the whole dynamic, the whole potential relationship goes out the door. Because you thought I was worthy of Cheesecake Factory. So that's what I feel. And I also feel like, being married for so long that they're just different priorities that I'm sorry, like us going on a quick date to Cheesecake Factory while the kids are at school for us to have some quality time. That's not going to be the biggest thing in my life. That's not my biggest concern. Okay. It's just like I think people's priorities are in the wrong place. Okay. Felicia said, I'm happy to go to Cheesecake Factory when I was dating her then husband. But you got the trips, the jewelries in the house. Yes. I got the house. My mortgage is paid. I don't have bill collectors calling me. So you know what, Cheesecake Factory, I'm cool with that because everything else is going well. Maybe your kids have friends. They're healthy. The school is not calling you. Those are the things I feel like as a parent in a relationship that you're more concerned about. What are we going to do with these kids all summer? Okay. I'm not concerned about you. Oh, you only want to go to Row House again. Okay. Okay. So the money we could have spent on going to like a Cardinal restaurant, going to a restaurant where the dinner is going to be $450. Let's put that $450 to summer camp. Let's put that $450, putting these kids on a flight to be with their auntie for the summer. Okay. Let's see if grandma will take them for the summer. So I just think it's not about, the rules are broken. It's more to me about people's priorities are in the wrong place. Let's invest that money that we spend on them lavish vacations on a college fund. Okay. Instead of having the $80,000 wedding, let's go to the courthouse and put that $80,000 on a down payment on the house. Okay. And I don't know if y'all have noticed. Yeah, I'm yapping right now. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I have seen more recently going to the court and eloping. More elopements. Maybe that's just my feed, but I'm seeing more of that. I'm actually a person who eloped. I went to the courthouse. So I just think it's about your priorities. And I think people's priorities shift when social media gets in the way of you, well, this is what I want. This is what I feel like I need. But social media is saying I should have this instead. Okay. But let me know. Let me know your thoughts, okay?
Out to the world. It's one thing for you to see people in your face, but now you have a show to see people from anywhere around the world.
So what qualifies you, if you're single, you've never been married.
Right.
You've never, you said you was engaged.
Right. The problem right now is
you were engaged, but you're not married. You ain't either. Cam. You not either. You not trying to get married. You not trying to propose to Jazzy. You not trying to do none of them things. Cam needs to learn how to turn the mirror on himself. These things that he is questioning about to his guest, you talk about relationships. Your relationship not in a good place. Okay? Your goals are not in, what are your goals? For yourself. For your family. Cause Jazzy is on. She got 2 kids with him, right? Or is it 1? You have littles. Now is the opportunity for you to do something different with those littles that maybe the older kids that maybe you were always playing. You were always waiting for football. What are your goals to do something different with those ones that maybe you couldn't do with the older ones? Okay. My sister's boyfriend is calling me. What is this? Nope, not answer. I don't know who. Do y'all get a lot of spam calls? Do y'all get a lot of spam calls? I don't know who this was. It looked like it was a spam call though. I get so many spam calls, y'all. More spam calls than regular folks be calling me. Okay. Yes, I love me some Benihanas. Is it Bennigan's? Where's Bennigan's? That must be some. Is that something on the East Coast or the Midwest? Where's Bennigan's? I never heard of Bennigan's. Okay. But yeah, he caught up in the wrong thing. Okay. Oh, let's unpack this.
There's things that I may fall short of. One of them being, I never imagined my life to be what it is today. Good and bad, to what other people may think. But at the same time, I can't cry about it. I only can make the most of it and try to instill the best version of myself into my children.
Can I ask some questions?
Please.
If I ever overstep my boundaries, you could totally tell me not. Do all of your children's moms get along?
Yes.
That's wonderful. I think that's great.
And I don't think I've ever said it publicly.
Yeah.
There's a respect there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think as long as the intentions are there, that's
mothers
all
or
anybody
2?
ever wanted.
Oh, 3
And
moms, 3
it's
moms,
like,
9
hey,
kids,
what's
3
your
moms.
intentions around these kids? Like
Hey, 9
that's
kids. Ugh.
that's what everybody's concern was.
9
Like I don't
kids.
even label, the help that I have as a nanny because she's been so impactful to my life. The children's godmother has been able to navigate a lot of things where if the mother can't do it and if I can't do it and if my assistant or my family members can't do it, she is able to do it. There's a village. And I'm grateful to be able to have the resources to pay for or to compensate for making the most for 9 children.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like villages are kind of dying out. Like villages and families, people feel like the grandmas these days, I got a life. I want to be in the streets. I want to be on TikTok live. I ain't got time to watch your kids. Villages are really dying. And, Cam has money, he has access to pay for providers outside of family. But I think another aspect of relationships is not having a village to help you with the things going on in your own life, whether you're single or married. Villages are really dying out. And I wish that we had more conversations about the need for villages, but human connection is dying. You know, we're not seeing as many people connect in real life. Okay. Yes, Felicia, grannies be too busy dropping it low on social media. Yes, they be at the all white parties. They be streaming. They be on them group TikToks where it's like 6 different people just sitting there with their screens off on live. Y'all be seeing them too. But I think we need more village. I think we need more conversations about the lack thereof of villages, and how maybe another aspect of this is that villages are becoming more of a accessibility issue. Okay. Oh, Bennigan's was the older version of Chili's. Wow, I've never heard of Bennigan's. Y'all, here in Texas, it's Tex-Mex everything. We got Off the Border. We got Chewy's. Chili's is like a big thing here. Yeah. But yeah, I think that people's priorities are in the wrong place. I think that people don't value community. And I think everyone's so caught up in their own selves that they don't recognize how easy it is to just like ask someone how they're doing. Send a text. Call somebody. And some of that's because some people want to be out in the streets. I think some of that is that people are just in their homes, like lonely and feel like they're a burden. It's like, oh, I want to call and reach out to my girlfriends about what I'm going through, that I'm depressed, but she just got engaged. I want to call her with my mess. She planning her engagement party. Or it's, another side of it is that, how can I complain to my friends about I'm not happy? They single trying to navigate the dating world, and I'm over here with a husband and 3 kids and a house. They're going to look at me like I'm crazy for complaining. It's like, I'm not complaining. I just still feel like something's missing from my life. And so those are the conversations I feel like people are having internally, but they don't have them out loud because they feel like they're a burden. Everyone's so busy. I don't want to put myself on somebody else. And so I often talk about that we are in this loneliness pandemic where people online appear one way, but behind the scenes feel very lonely, very isolated. And the sense of community is really dying. Okay, is really dying. But, I also want to talk about some relationship stuff that's on the internet. Have y'all heard about this lady? We're going to pivot. Sorry, y'all. We're about to pivot a little bit. Okay, that's enough about Cam and Kendra. I want to talk about some relationship stuff that I have seen on the internet recently. Now, have y'all heard about this lady? She's going kind of viral right now. Let me pull up the video.
I'm sitting here sick.
So she's kind of going viral. Her first video was actually about, maybe I'll play the first video because it's about a whole different thing. But it's been picked up by a lot of, I think, Red Pill Black podcast. And it's basically how this woman was she didn't know where her husband was. And she goes outside and her husband is sleeping in the car. And she's like, I'm stressed. I don't know where you at. And you'd rather be sleeping in the car than in the house with me? So let's play the video and have a discussion. Okay.
And worried. And this man is sitting in this car.
It looks like it's cold too.
Really? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car? Is your life like that difficult? Why don't you come inside? For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it.
He like, I don't know and I don't care.
Do you want me to bring you something?
So I guess a lot of the podcasts are picking this story up. I want to try and find the original without the music in the back so I don't get no damn copyright issues in my videos.
Apparently, Joe Budden's podcast and the ex-football players, The Pivot, I believe it's called, they decided that they were going to discuss my video.
So she's been doing a couple videos lately. Did she take it down? But it seemed like her husband hates her. And so after that one, she started saying how the podcasts are ruining relationships. Okay.
Apparently, Joe Budden's podcast and the ex-football players, The Pivot, I believe it's called, they decided that they were going to discuss my video with my relationship. My man don't have social media, so he would have never seen the video that I posted of him sitting in the car and me trying to figure out why he ain't come in the house. But guess what he does watch? He watches those goddamn podcasts. So then he hears them talking about the whole scenario of what we were doing, what we were going through. And guess what he's doing now? He's packing his shit to leave because these grown men wanted to come and talk about my relationship off of a video that's 1 minute long. You guys don't know what happens in my house, okay? I posted that to give the two sides to the story. There's two sides. Okay? It's not about a woman who nags her man and he can't come in. It's also the side about the woman who works her ass off, okay? And just want to be supported. So thank you, okay? Thank you for going on your podcast and discussing my relationship and ending it. Because that's what's happening now. He's packing his stuff and he's leaving because he's embarrassed and he's humiliated and he's getting this from his friends and all these different people are like, yo, ain't this you? Ain't this you? Ain't this you? Off of your podcasts. So I hope you're happy about what you've done because you've ruined my relationship. Thanks. Apparently, Joe Budden's podcast and the ex-football players, The Pivot, I believe it's called, they decided that they were going to discuss my video with my relationship. My man don't have social media, so he would have never seen.
So a lot of the rhetoric I have been seeing online about this video is like, oh, I see why he not going inside. Oh my God. The video was funny because she just kind of like, why you not inside? Why you not trying to be with me? You think it's better out here? Okay. And a lot of people are saying, well, they see why he not inside because you are chaos and you are not his peace. For a man to go sleep in his car in front of his house, and it's cold. I could tell it's cold where they live at. And she's still making videos. Okay. She's still making videos. You do kind of have to what's going on here? Okay? What's going on here? That a man would rather be outside. He just don't seem happy. I was trying to go back to see if I can find her original video without the saxophones in the back. Oh, here it is.
You're sick and worried. And this man is sitting in this car.
Hey, T.
Really? 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 Seriously? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car?
Huh?
Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car? Is your life like that difficult? Why don't you come inside? For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it. I just need to rest.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Peace and quiet.
Come inside, baby.
Oh, he said he wants some
Come
peace
on.
and quiet.
No, just close the door, please.
Leave me alone.
Close the door.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
Oh. Did she really go and sit next to him in the car? Is she really getting in the car, y'all? Oh my God. I don't know why I can't stop the video, but read the room, sis. It's something about him about your household. Is it you that he does not want to go inside? Okay? He don't want to go inside. All right. He is safer in the carport at this point. Oh my God, y'all. Like, now there's been like a lot of different rhetoric of people saying, what about his mental health? What's going on that she can't read the room, that he don't want to be there. Let me see if I can find one of the other videos I have saved about the situation. And she's still just yapping. Oh, I must have not saved it. Okay. He is clearly to me saying, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with in the house. I don't know if they got kids. They might have kids. All right. But he don't want to deal with her. Okay, he don't want to deal with her. And so I want to know, you guys tell me in the chat as I pull up the next video, what would you do in this situation? Y'all let me know. What would y'all do in this situation if you went outside and your partner did not want to come inside? And our podcast, Ruining Relationships. As I pull up Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. Okay. R.I.P. Lock the doors. Close the doors. I think either way, let me know. T is asking if we were him or her, either side. If you was the wife and walked out and this was your husband, how would you react? And we probably have male people watching this too. If you the husband, what you gonna do? Okay. Hampton said, leave him be. Better for him to stay in the car than drag any low vibrations into the house. Okay. Good point. Good point. Make sure please hit the like button on the live if you have not already. Hit that like button. Now I'd have to ask myself, and maybe I've been a therapist just too long. What is it about me or our house that my husband would rather be outside, sleep in the car in front of a nice home, a warm home, at least to give him a blanket and go back in the house? Now, are you giving him a blanket because you're mad? Are you giving him a blanket because, okay, he gonna come back inside at some point. Let him be. Let that king get his rest. Okay. Is that why you give him the blanket? Out of peace or being petty? But I would have to ask myself, what is it about me that my husband would rather be in the carport than inside with me? A warm home. We got food. I can turn the heater on for him. I would have left that man alone and had some food or something when he came in. Okay. That's what y'all call me. Oh, let me get my phone real quick. Y'all probably haven't seen my little red phone. Okay. So the phone, we got the phone now. This is Miss Denise. Oh, you're interested in couples therapy? What's the issue? Your husband's sleeping outside? Tell me more. So you saw him sleeping outside. He didn't want to come inside. And you're coming because what's the goal for y'all? Oh, he the problem. Okay. Well, I would love to talk to the husband about, why he feels like he is better off sleeping in the car than sleeping in a home with you. So have him call me. All right? Ring, 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 ring. This is Denise. Okay, hello? This is Jerome. Oh, yeah, Jerome. Stacy called me this morning about you guys coming in for couples therapy. Okay, tell me what's going on. Yeah, she told me you've been sleeping in the car. She nagging you. You don't have no peace. Everything is an issue. Oh, that's not what you telling me something completely different than what your wife said. You've been sleeping in the car for a week? And when you inside, you sleep on the couch? Now let me know. I got to ask you something. What is your goal for coming into therapy? Do you want to make it work? Are you wanting a divorce? Oh, you want a separation? Does she know that you want to be separated? Because I don't want you coming in here and then saying, surprising her with a separation. So I think it's best you have a conversation with her first about that you want a separation. And then, call me back and see if after you guys have that conversation, you want to come in and work on what brought you to a separation. Okay. She crazy. Oh, I don't do crazy though. I can't help you with the crazy. Yeah, for crazy, that ain't me. Okay. But if you really want some help with the relationship, I can help you with that. But crazy, yeah, I don't do crazy. All right. How much is it gonna be? You sleeping outside, you saying your wife is crazy. You might have to run me a quick, 200. 200. Yeah, we can do it for 200 on the low. I give y'all a discount. 60 minutes, virtual sessions. A Zelle Cashapp. Oh, you about to run me the money right now? All right, well, I see you on Tuesday. All right. Bye. Yeah. You better call Tyrone. Call him. But you can't use my phone. But you can't sit up here and blame the podcast lady. Once again, I think people are not in a place where they want to sit with themselves and figure out how we got here. Okay. How we got here.
Put this together so that it makes sense. I am telling you that these two podcasts ruined my relationship. I know I should have had the proof to show you guys. I have the proof now. So I'm gonna just go right into it. Yo, why are you sleeping in the car? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it.
So I also have a question.
The guy got caught with his wife because he used to be sleeping in the car before he come in the house.
Nigga said that's how you decompress.
We need our decompressing moments.
We do.
We do. And I didn't realize how important that was.
I just need to rest.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Peace and quiet.
Peace and
baby.
quiet.
No.
Come on.
No. Just close the door.
Peace and
please.
quiet.
Just close the door.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
Oh.
What other keys can you brothers help the men out there with adapting and getting ready for such an adjustment?
Just get your own space, brothers. That's all.
Yeah.
Just carve your
All
own
right,
space.
that's Mark. What about you, Ish? What advice you got for these brothers out here?
I'll second it.
All right, he seconded Mark. He seconded Mark. Freeze, how about you, man?
Third it.
Third.
I'm gonna put this together so that
They think at this point he should just leave and get his own space. My question is, as much as you're getting online and making multiple videos blaming Joe, Mark, Freeze, all of them, this is a golden opportunity to look at yourself. How am I contributing to where we are? What are some changes I need to make about myself, about where we are? Okay. And I do think we don't talk enough about how important it is for not just men, but women too, to have moments of decompression. Okay. I often say to my clients, you know, what does it look like for you when you get off of work? Tell me about the transition for you from getting off work and going into wife mode, mommy mode, caregiver mode. Tell me what that period is like. And they say, what you mean? What's that period like? See, that's the problem with y'all. Okay. That's the problem. All right. That's the problem. I'm gonna start preaching, y'all. The problem is that y'all have been so conditioned to be productive, to keep moving, that when someone comes into your life and asks you, you know, what does pause look like? Pause? Ain't nobody got no time for no pause. You do. You do. People need to make time from the time you clock out of work, whether you work from home, you drive home, you need to stop and take a moment to breathe, decompress, kind of shake off or try as much as you can to shake off the energy of the day before you transfer that energy into your household. Before you pick up the call and you and your husband both driving from home, and maybe that's your quality time. Okay. What are you really doing to make sure that the energy that you are carrying from work, you are not taking into your house? You're not taking into being a mom, and you rush into the school to pick up the kids, and you going into mommy mode. I wonder, do y'all recognize that y'all need to take time in between to decompress, whether that's sit in your car for a couple minutes, doing something to make sure you are not just go, because you will deplete yourself. Not only yourself, but you're going to deplete your relationship of its life. Okay.
Into this. So again,
another video, lady, instead of working on your relationship.
I'm gonna get right into it.
All right, there was this woman, she's a wife, and she just had a camera, and she went outside, and her husband was sitting in the car after a long day at work, and is sitting out here in the car. Then she knocked on the window, he's in the car sleeping. And he says, I'm tired. She says, why didn't you come out or come inside? He goes, I'm tired. I wanted some peace. I don't believe I could have got that in the house. So
seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car? Do you want me to bring you some?
And not allowing him an opportunity to decompress after.
And thank you, Ryan Clark, for being the only person to consider my perspective in this whole scenario. Out of everyone speaking, he was the only one to take a second to say, what is she going through?
So, his old lady probably tired too. Yeah. Right? She in the house with the kids. She working off of maybe less sleep or as much sleep. She would probably like to sit outside as well and not have to deal with folks. But she ain't. And part of what she said too was like, she's like, do you need me to bring you something? Mm-hmm. So even in her feeling like you sleeping outside in the car, outside the house is somewhat disrespectful. I don't understand it. In that moment, she was able to pull back and say, but do you need something? Right.
My man don't have social media, so he would have never seen the video. But guess what he does watch? He watches those
So once again, I get what she's saying. I get what her husband, boyfriend, I'm not sure if they married, what he can be going through. But I wish there would be more time and focus on how did we get here? Instead of reaching for a phone to blame people you don't even know. People you don't even know. Why not ask myself, like, why are we in this place? And, it's the vulnerability of it all, too. And this is another thing I bring up in my couples therapy sessions with people. How often are y'all having check-ins? How often do y'all, no kids, no TV, sit face to face and have a weekly check-in? What's going right? What do you need from me? What can I do better? But y'all so afraid of vulnerability and having to confront your issues. You're so afraid of being uncomfortable that you don't have them conversations. And then you expect to come sit on my couch and for me to have the conversation for you. But I think people have to I wouldn't say get over, oh, I don't like confrontation. I don't like uncomfortable conversations. Get over it. Get over it. Especially if you expect to be married for life. You got kids. As a parent, a friend, a wife, you're going to be confronted with lots of uncomfortable conversations. Things your kids ask you. The bullshit of the teachers. Having to put up with a bullshit ass teacher you don't really fuck with, but your kid is in their class the rest of the year. Okay. So I want people to get to a point where fear stops having control over their lives. Okay. The fear is controlling you so much. You're not living. You don't really have a life. Because fear is running your life. You're more concerned with the discomfort of that conversation than the future of your relationship, the growth of your relationship. You place more value on me being uncomfortable and the discomfort than valuing, I want us to be happy. I want us to thrive. I want us to get to a good place. Now, let me know in the chat if I'm preaching. If some of y'all need to hear this message. Okay. But I just hear so many people nowadays, but I don't know if it's a generational thing. But when I talk to people, there's like, I'm afraid of like having difficult conversations. Well, it's going to be really difficult having a conversation about divorce. It's going to be really difficult having a conversation about him moving out. You know, find out he's engaging in some things because you're avoidant. That seems more challenging to me than asking, hey, how are we doing? How are we doing? So I want to encourage you guys to have a check-in. Even if you're not in a relationship, I want y'all to get uncomfortable this week. I want y'all to have conversations with y'all peers, people you trust. And this is a homework assignment I have given to people in my sessions who are not in relationships. I want you to ask a close friend, someone you really trust. I want you to ask them, when you look at me, what do you see? What do you think are some things I can work on? And I don't want you to respond. I want you to just be like, thank you and okay. Hey, you can even say, I was watching this therapist online. She suggested it. Okay. But I want you to go into the conversation, not with a rebuttal, not on the defense. Just, I'm going to go into it and sit there. I'm going to take in what my friend has to say. Whether you do it with a friend, maybe a close sibling, or even if you are in a relationship, but I think that's a universal conversation you can have with anybody that you trust. You ain't got to be married. You ain't got to be dating. You can have it with a friend, somebody you really trust. So you can learn how other people see you. So that's one assignment I'm going to give y'all right now. Here's option number 2. Okay, for those of you who are in relationships watching this, okay, I want you to ask your partner, not why they with the kids, not why they watching a game or playing video games, when y'all have some quiet and downtime, I want you to ask that person, what do you need from me? They'll be like, wait, what? Yeah, I was watching this therapist online. She was giving out some tips and, giving us some homework assignments for the week. Yeah, she suggested that I ask you, what do you need from me? And I want you to, preface this conversation by also saying, I want you to ask that back to me also. So y'all gonna ask each other. Y'all not gonna get defensive. Y'all just gonna listen and we don't judge. Okay? Listen and we don't judge. What do you need from me? Oh no, I never really thought about that. Well, I want you to think about it. Because I'm invested in us and I'm invested in you as a person. And I need to make sure that I'm giving you what you need. So you can tell me right now, or you can choose to write it down. And then maybe at the end of the weekend, maybe at the end of the week, we're going to come back together and we're going to read off what we wrote to each other. And then we're going to exchange it. See, these are real homework assignments. Y'all should be getting y'all couples therapy sessions that I know you're not getting. I know you're not getting. These therapists out here are taking y'all money and going on vacation. Okay. But I want you to exchange them. Write it down. I want to say, put it in your phone, but I really want to be old school and have y'all just write it down. So y'all can exchange the physical pieces of paper. And maybe you can put it in your wallet or put it somewhere, and that when you have those down moments when you're questioning yourself or things like that, you can pick up that piece of paper and really read it. Okay. But yeah, those are your homework assignments this week, guys. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream today. Let me see if there's any other relationship stuff that I clicked on this week that I kind of want to talk about. Let me know what y'all think about my little homework assignment, okay? Let me know in the comments. Follow me on TikTok. There was something else I had saved like a while ago. Maybe I deleted it though, because I was going through and deleting stuff this morning. I think that's pretty much it. So, but what are your thoughts? What do you guys think of what we talked about today? What came to mind for you? Are you going to take it as an opportunity to reflect? Okay. I want you guys to take time to reflect at times, because I think that we don't do enough self-reflecting. I think people do not focus a lot on grief, growth, different things, trauma that you are bringing in your relationship. So I wanted to leave you guys with just some things to kind of self-reflect on and learn about yourselves, where you are, where you want to be. And we might go live maybe later tonight. I kind of want to do some hot topics. I see how I feel, if I feel like doing a thumbnail. But there's been a lot of things this week I want to talk about. And maybe we'll do that this evening, because it's like, I don't got nothing else to do. Maybe I'll just come on here and talk to you all day and yap. Okay, just yap. All right. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, your weekend. Happy Easter. And I'll probably see you guys tonight. We'll probably go live tonight, talk about some hot topics that happened this week, because we haven't done that in quite some time. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, enjoy your weekend, be safe, do the homework. Because next week, one of y'all remind me to go over the homework. Remind me to go over the homework. But yeah, have a good day. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye. See ya.